To all my brothers and sisters, I have a hot episode coming up with Jay McNabb from the Toro Group up in Barrie, Ontario. Jay started in the business, and within 3 years, he was at over 40 transactions a year, leading one of the most progressive groups in real estate in Ontario, in this amazing country of Canada. Log on, tune in, get on the website. I hope you join us for an episode that's inspiring and where you're really going to get what hustle means. See you there. What's up, Brokers Playbook Nation? Welcome to another episode, and I have a gooder straight out of Barrie right here, right now. I got Jay McNabb with me. Jay, welcome to Brokers Playbook, my man.
Appreciate you having me, man. Look forward to it.
It's my pleasure, and I've spent the last kind of 5 minutes just getting warmed up with you, and you dropped a lot of golden nuggets that we're going to be covering off, and I'm actually quite excited because you haven't been in this business for 15 or 20 years like a dinosaur like myself. But you're in the business for 4 years.
Correct.
And Brokers Playbook, what we try to do, what we strive to do is elevate the game with every episode by sharing crucial movement, specific trends in the marketplace. Like, what are people doing that are finding success? The biggest thing we find is the successful people are never secretive about it. There's some common traits between successful people. Typically, they're pretty hardworking and busy, so they're hard to nail down. Took us about 3 months to get here today between our schedules. But the common traits are always typically surrounding work ethic and the willingness to do the job.
Totally agree.
There's a truckload of jokes that I've heard that people speak of you about your tone and manner, about how you view the world, how you view the business, and that's what we're going to unpack today. And I really want, because there's a lot to unpack, I want to just start with you. Tell our audience, tell our brothers and sisters, this is an industry podcast, tell our brothers and sisters a little bit about Barrie and what that market is like. How long, I said you've been in it for 4 years. Tell us about year one and kind of where you're at today.
Yeah. So I'm from Barrie, born and raised in Barrie. Love the city, love the people. It makes me smile even talking about Barrie. I service all of Simcoe County, and my company's called the Toro Group. And how the Toro Group kind of started, for those that don't know what the Toro Group means, Toro means bull. I'm a Taurus, born in May. I know you're born in May as well. I found that out today. That's pretty cool. And my partner was born in May as well. So I'm May 9, he's May 13. And we stand for what a bull stands for. And that's fighting for our clients, fighting to get them the deals, staying loyal. That's how we built this whole team up from the ground up. It's a loyal team. We're hardworking, and we're willing to go to battle. And that's kind of what this industry is. You know, we're going to do whatever it takes to get our clients exactly what they need and want in this day and age.
So I'm not going to lie, you do remind me a lot of myself from an aggressive perspective, and I don't know if that's the right word to use or not, but I have never taken anything laying down. I still pump 12 to 16 hours a day every single day, and I'm on year 17, and that's because I simply love what I do. So the art of the deal, people, I actually love it all. I love the intricacies of different days. I love the complexity of a difficult deal, a challenging client. Somebody just tell me that I can't do something. By all means, that's what I live for. And you seem strikingly similar. I don't know if it's the earth sign of Taurus or whatever it is. You were an investor before you became an agent.
Correct.
You got interested in real estate and saw the potential. What kind of volume did you do in year one, and where did it come from?
So year one, I was able to do 43 deals, which was absolutely amazing. But
Not that there's anything wrong with rentals, but this is not rentals. This is sales. This is ends.
no rentals at all. So this
Okay.
is just ends.
Okay.
But just like you said, I'm very passionate about what I do. Even to this day, if I'm not doing a deal and I'm just chilling in bed, I'm actually looking on MLS and I'm looking for deals.
It's a sickness, I know.
Yeah, so
I know.
I'm constantly always looking for deals. And I think that's how I was able to help so many clients out there in my first year, is because I was doing it for myself. So what I would do for myself, I was doing for my clients in year one. And this was with no face on a sign. This was no past COI. My family wasn't from real estate. This was just get up and go. When you wake up in the morning, you have two options. One's to hit the snooze button,
Yep.
or get up and go.
So tell me, year one, no sphere of influence. You don't come from real estate. This is a very typical story. You're not the first, and you're definitely not going to be the last. The difference is not many get to 43 on year one. Sure. So what did you do? Obviously, you did not hit the snooze button.
No.
What did you do?
So what I did, I was on the phones. I was on the phones all the time. I wasn't scared of no. I had no fear. So anything that we tell ourselves in our mind, oh, I don't want to pick up this phone. I was supposed to call 3 days ago. You kind of paralyze yourself. I had none of this pre-notion of these feelings.
Of embarrassment or what are they
Nothing.
going to think of me?
I just did it. And I had no other job to fall back on. This was it. So it was sink or swim for me. So I would go door knock every door. If we had a for sale in the area or we had a sold in the area, I didn't just go randomly around different areas. I would strategically go to certain areas and knock on the doors. I was picking up the phones, like I said, constantly picking up the phones. And I really cherished a lead. Right now, what I'm seeing in this industry, even when I'm dispersing leads, when I don't see them, the agents calling them, I'm like, this is gold. If I could have this, like if I were you in your position, I'm hammering these down twice a day. And I'm hammering it for the first 5 days. And then if I'm not getting a hold of them for the first 5 days, then we can talk and we can decide what we want to do with the lead.
I've talked about this fact a million times. And for anybody listening, wonder how you get to 43 deals on year one, you just heard it. And that's, he called people twice a day for 5 days straight. Because truly the only bad outcome they can come and say, Jay, you are way too tenacious and good at your job. Please leave me alone.
Exactly.
Maybe for just 5 days.
Yep.
No problem.
Yep.
I'll give you a call in a week.
Yep.
Thanks for telling me that, because I would have called you 2 more times tomorrow.
Exactly.
For anybody wondering, real estate is sold 90% between the 7th and 12th contact. 60% of agents never call twice. If you just made the second call that afternoon, you're already outperforming 60% of the industry. And this is not to shut or discourage anyone, but it's truly to understand, stop asking for a blue pill.
Exactly.
It is as simple as picking up the phone. And if you called 5 days straight, twice a day, you're already at call 10 by the end of a week. If that person's not moving, you know that this lead is no longer a prospect. Drop it and move on to a better one.
Totally agree.
Because by call 4, call 5, you're going to know
Yep.
what's shaking. And by call 10, if you haven't put a deal together, go back to school, go back to the drawing board.
For sure.
Because I would have closed it.
Exactly.
So 43 deals is not unheard of. And the reason it's not unheard of is because I've interviewed a couple dozen people on this very show that have done it before.
Yep.
I know what I have done before.
Yep.
And you are doing it right now in 2023, and you did it in 2020 for the first time.
Yep.
So with that being said, you are now a team leader. You got 10 people that you're responsible for.
Correct.
In shaping and guiding them. What is the production? Where you're on the road to what?
We're on the road to 200 right now. And I'm very excited to say that.
That's huge.
Yeah. So our first quarter, Q1 of this year, 2023, we were able to do 50 ends. So again, buy or sells. And we did 40 leases.
That's incredible. And that's a great trajectory. And you're on pace for 200, which
Correct.
is a blasting great year. Put things into perspective for me. How do you feel leading a team at this point? How does the Has your day-to-day changed with some training and development? Are you still leading the charge on the ground? What is your culture like at the team?
I love that question because I consider myself, yes, a team lead, but I'm like the captain of the team. I'm actually playing the sport still. I'm on the ice or I'm on the court with them. And I'm doing the dues. I'm in the trenches with them. I'm still doing open houses. If they're not, I'm taking it. I'm showing them I'm still hungry, and I am still hungry. And I live my day to day like that. So am I giving them leads and, coaching them and following up to make sure they're saying the right thing and listening to their calls, doing team weekly meetings, doing Thursdays, team building, skill set, skill development? 100% I'm doing all those things.
Are you finding the team culture is strong and your agents are involved? Are you seeing some slowdown after you pass that 6-7 agents? Are you seeing competition? Are you facing any of those challenges, or are you enjoying a pretty good culture?
Right now I'm enjoying a pretty good culture, and the way we built this culture wasn't off doing Indeed ads or putting something out on LinkedIn.
So there's no randos coming on the team.
No randos, no Kijiji ad. These are people that were built off loyalty. So we've built this foundation rock solid. And I'm so happy to go to war with these guys and girls every day, because they could call me any hour of the day or night and I'm going to answer my phone for them.
I still do the same, and we're at 60 agents, and that it's a lot. I mean, it gets pretty hardcore at this type of team size to try and maintain
for sure
that kind of connection with each person. But we have tried different things over the years. As I said, we're 17 years into this mess, and it's never been easier or harder. It's always a challenge. Every day is a challenge. But we've tried Indeed, we've tried Kijiji, we've tried only the people we know, we've tried referral. And you will, in due course, have your own experience. But there is nothing stronger than sticking only to the people that grow organically. Meaning, as you're growing on 10 people are now touching exponentially more people.
Exactly.
And they're exposed to Victor or to Christina or to whoever, who then Christina says, well, what is it you guys are doing over there? And slowly takes an interest and starts building herself into the team. And then she becomes a part of the team fabric. I think if more people stuck to that, because that's where we're at again now, my advice and insight as an old timer, supposedly, in this business would be that you're definitely on the right road from a team growth perspective.
Appreciate that.
And I will tell you to never be lured by the convenience potentially of an ad campaign or Google ads or Instagram ads to recruit, because they do typically recruit the wrong agent, the agent who's looking for something faster, a shortcut. They're like, oh, if I align myself with him, he'll be able to get me into there. So they're always looking for something, not so much as to give into the culture as much. I love that. What is an area of your business? You're on the road to 200. How do you think you're going to get to 300 or 400? Where is it that the team needs work? Where's the hole in the ship?
For sure. I would definitely say right now, kind of with the marketing campaigns and the drip campaigns and having those really dialed in. So when those kind of email blasts are going out, it's making people want to raise their hand. And they're going to be going out on a consistent basis.
So you want that to up the game on that?
Exactly. I definitely want to get the automation upped up.
What's your thoughts from what actually works? Like from your experience in the marketplace, are you going to be sending recipe cards and flour tips? Are you going to be going? So I know it's not going to be that, but I mean the old school guard.
I actually have a funny story on that one right now. The recipe card. So some of our cards that we'll go out and door knock with, they do have a recipe on the back. Trying to give some value.
So we've never done that, and again, I'm not hating on anybody who does it. By all means, do. I just find it a little bit on the non-strategic and non-intentional. You fall into the category with everyone else by deploying a generic or a company that does a third-party company that does your newsletter. I'm not sure how it's possible that in 30 days you have nothing of your own interesting to share. And if that's the case, why are you sending anything at all? Because
Exactly.
you're clearly not that interesting. What I'm trying to say is, again, not to hate on it or that you're not interesting. If you have been doing it, maybe reevaluate where you spend your marketing dollar.
For sure.
Same with the movies, because I don't agree with movie days. And
Yep.
you just did a huge event,
Yep.
a very successful event, which has its merit. But I am extremely strategic and intentional. And what I mean by that is if you're going to send a newsletter, why don't you tell the people of the neighborhood, the people of your community, whatever it is the people you're trying to resonate with, give them something to resonate with. Instead of sharing a picture of a garden, send them a picture of you on your motorcycle, of you at the gym, of you taking photography of birds.
Yep.
Try to click with someone and tell people what you're about. I think the unique thing that has been developed in the last, let's call it decade, but specifically in the last 5 years on social, the blow up of social, is our ability to actually showcase who we are authentically.
That's what I love about social.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So if you're still door knocking, and this is one of the things that I cover in my actual training for agents, is your door knocking strategy, your open house strategy. There's people that will go with a just listed flyer, knock on doors and say, "Hi, my name is Simeon Popelius, and I just listed a property." I mean, 99% of people have absolutely no interest whatsoever because they're school teachers, mechanics, bus drivers, all the things of the beautiful people of the world do. They only look for a home when they're looking for a home.
Exactly.
Which is, I don't know, about 4% of the population annually. So the chances are that somebody's interested in even seeing you is 4 out of 100, 3 out of 100, depending on the changeover of any neighborhood that you're doing. If you were to simply look at door knocking as an opportunity to brand yourself, to leave a lasting impression, instead of being the salesman who interrupted my dinner, you're going to be the community leader that's doing something for the neighborhood. When I door knocked and when I teach on how to door knock, it's a 2-a-month campaign. Pick the neighborhood, any neighborhood. Pick a card, any card. Pick your neighborhood, any neighborhood. But you're going to go twice, 2 weeks apart. The first, on the Monday, you're going to go and you're going to drop off a tote. If they answer the door, you're going to give it to them. You're going to tell them that you're raising funds for the local shelter, for the raising food for the food bank. Leave a bag and say, "I'm going to be coming back on Friday." Who are you? My name is Simeon Popelius. I actually live here. This is my neighborhood in real estate. I do a lot for this. I have a deep interest in this neighborhood. Say your piece.
Exactly.
Tell them who you are and what your business is. But don't sell them. Tell them, demand that they help you get the neighborhood further. They're going to remember you for being the crazy guy at the door that begged them to give a couple cans of chickpeas.
Exactly.
To give $10 for the shelter, to do a cleanup next Friday at the park. Whatever the case may be, you can build community. The second time around, you're going to put on the real estate hat. You're going to knock on the door. I don't know if you remember from a couple weeks ago, but I actually just listed a home and I'm asking for your help. If you know anybody who's looking to move into the neighborhood, please share the information. If you're interested, even if you want to just pass by, if you're curious as to what your home is worth or whatever the case, drop by for a cup of coffee. There's going to be coffee, there's going to be cookies, whatever the case may be. That is intentional door knocking. That is how you establish presence, real presence, belly to belly at the door with intent.
I love that. And I love the belly to belly. And what that reminds me of, that's the law of fair trade. You went there on week 1 and you offered value. You're giving. And then in turn, when you went back on week 2, they're going to feel more obligated to give back.
So, and there's been a million ways to say this. Gary V with left, right, or whatever the hook, jab, hook, whatever the case may be. Gary Vaynerchuk's book on this very technique is you specifically give first, and then when you ask, people respond. Jab, hook is just as simple as that.
I like that.
It's very simple. You're doing it in your own way because you do 4 events a year. You didn't go from 43 to the road to 200 doing nothing.
Exactly.
Tell me how you engaged community. Tell me why does the community trust you?
For sure. And I love the term, the belly to belly, because that's what I love doing. I love being around my clients. A lot of people that I transacted with, we became very tight knit. And I'm, they're giving.
Yeah, because you care about their path.
I truthfully do. Whatever their path is or whatever they're trying to do, if it's making money in real estate or if it's upgrading, upsizing, I'm there, and I'm there the whole way. So what we do right now is we do a lot of events with the community, and I love giving back to the community. Barrie is a very small, tight-knit town, and I want to do everything I can for the people who need it the most. And sometimes it's not even just for clients. I'm doing it for people that maybe just don't have the money to be able to do something. So we'll open up an event for past clients, future clients, and anybody we're talking to. But if there's space left and there's openings left, I open it to the public.
Get up in here, man.
Exactly. And I love other kids being able to come out.
You know what my pet peeve on the planet is? Going to you need to use the washroom. You pull up to a restaurant and it says washrooms for customer use only.
Yeah.
Brother, I could literally
Not going
kill
there.
someone.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Never. So you open up the event to the community. Tell me the type of events that you have found success in. I follow you on socials. I saw what you did in February, I believe.
Yep.
With the skating rink.
For the family day.
Tell me a little bit about Family Day and the success that had, because it's incredible.
So this was a really cool event. This is my first time doing a skating event. And what I loved about it the most, you're actually interacting with everybody face to face. And we'll talk about the movie thing because I know why you probably don't like it, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But the skating event was a blast. And we did it at the biggest arena in Barrie, which is the Paul Saddleton Arena. It's where the Barrie Colts play. And we had over 200 plus people come. And it was awesome.
200
plus.
On year 4 of real estate.
Year 4 of real estate.
And were these people in the database? How did they find you? Was it word of mouth? How did it go?
For sure. So we started with the database. So we built out an Eventbrite link with a video. So I went there, a month prior, shot a video. We dropped it into the Eventbrite. We email blasted it out with the link for them to click, register. And then we started seeing people register. Then I would also look at the list. I'd have my operations manager give me the list, and I would see if any other clients that aren't on the list, and I'd personally now be calling. Hey, did you miss the email? Or, I want to let you know we are doing a skating event. If you and the kids want to come out, it's family day. There's not much to do. I'd love to see you guys. And they, it just trickled off of that. And then ultimately we still had space left. So then I put it on socials and I blasted it out to anybody that kind of wanted to come. I wanted them there.
I love it because in 2023, as everybody knows, the economy has been hammered with inflation. Families have never been more budget conscious.
Totally agree.
An event that's as generous as a family day where they're going to get their hot chocolate, they're going to get the kids on the ice, they don't have to look at the time and spend half a day of a day that would otherwise cost them a couple $100.
Exactly.
I believe it means something to them above and beyond the typical my real estate agent's event. Like, I have had comments this year from every event saying, this is so generous. We really appreciate it. Glad to be your client. Can't wait to give you another referral. So people...
That's music to my ears.
No, but I do truly believe that people are appreciating more and more the little things from perspective. If they believe that your intention to be genuine, not a sneaky salesman, which clearly you're not, but if they believe your intention to be genuine, your business is going to explode. Because people have never been more aware and more easy to cancel people who suck and reward those doing the right things. Tell me a little bit about more other events that you've done or you're planning on doing and how those incorporate into business building.
For sure. So we just finished off the event on April 8th, so Easter weekend.
My son was in the theater.
Yeah, so the Mario Bros movie launched, and I'm a big Mario Bros guy, Mario Kart, growing up, Mario was awesome. So I'm like, this is going to be the perfect movie I think a lot of people can resonate with. The adults, the kids, and to come out. Exactly. It's very popular.
I played Mario 1, and my son has played Mario, whatever it is, Odyssey. So, we both grew up on Mario.
Exactly. It's still around, right? So everybody knows Mario. So we decided to rent out the Cineplex in Barrie in the South End And again, have all our clients come, past clients, future clients. And we also brought some people from the public that we knew if their mother or father reached out and said, hey, would you mind if we were coming? We haven't done any business with the Toro Group. We said, no problem.
Of course.
We don't close the doors. And the cool thing was I was dressed up as Mario. And if anybody does follow me on social, they'll see that I do have a fat bulldog, a big fat bulldog. We dressed her up as Mario as well. And she just stood there the whole time,
just cute.
Kids loved it.
Bulldogs are probably the cutest animal that exists with their little tongue always sticking out.
So she was the star of the show, but it was a really good time. And what we kind of did differently is we told people to come at 9:30. The movie didn't start till 10:30. So I did have an hour with them, belly to belly, in the arcade, talking, taking pictures, seeing what's going on,
engaging.
How things. Exactly, engaging. And then before the movie started, I got in front of everybody, and just without them, again, when I say them, my clients, stuff like this isn't possible. Them supporting me helps me be able to give back, and I'm very appreciative for that.
Well, that's because you care about your community. What I will say is because I always judge the movie nights, and let me make this ultra clear. For residential real estate, as a residential real estate broker,
yes,
you have to do a family night with the movie because it's something they remember. Because I'm such an investment-focused realtor, and I'm a commercial broker by trade, me personally.
Yep.
My team is far more reaching. We cover every asset class. But I say, why put somebody in a dark room for 3 hours if you can take them for dinner or if you can do a cocktail party?
For sure.
But cocktail parties are not kid-friendly.
No.
So again, going back to it, it's a blessing that you do what you do. For anybody listening, please ensure that it's not just a movie, but there's a 2 hour or an hour and a half event before at the arcade, because that's where the business is done. The movie happens, and what they leave with is the memory and the engagement, which is going to lead to referrals, top of mind, appreciation, maybe a follow on socials where now they're hooked on you, all the different things that are for business, but with intention, building community.
Exactly.
And building feelings and memories for everyone.
Totally agree. And then even after the movie, we had a little booth set up for people to actually come give their own little review of the movie. So now we had the kids engaging with the microphone. The parents now are talking about the Toro Group, and thank you to the Toro Group, we were able to do this. The kids are saying their favorite part of the movie. So we made it even a little bit of engaging after, and what we do now, so we have the media team basically compile all the footage, and now we'll send that out as an email blast to hey guys, it was a total success.
And once again, engaging, another touch point that you're not selling, that you're actually saying thank you to the community, hope you had a good time. And then the next one will be a selling, meaning, hey, remember me, we're here for business, we're here to serve you.
Exactly.
But the consistent drip of giving back and taking and giving back creates community and creates loyalty. These are also the events, in my opinion, that grow long-term brand. And what I mean by that, those kids, there might have been 8-year-olds doing the testimonial, but there could have been 14-year-olds or 13-year-olds doing testimonials. In less than 7 years, because you're in the business 4 years.
Correct.
By the time you're in your 10th year of business, those young men and women are going to be looking for their first student residence, their first condo, some of them getting engaged. Who wants to bet that some of their fondest memories, when they look at the bus driving by with your sign in year 10, and they say, that's Jay. How was it his movie 10 years ago? These are impressions.
That makes me smile.
It makes you smile because I'm telling you, because it's true. When you become we have over 14,000 clients in our database. I've been to more weddings than people can ever dream of. Why? Because I have meaningful relationship with my clients. My clients invite me to weddings and baptisms. I have made memories with hundreds and thousands of people. It comes at a price, your privacy, your time, your this. But if your business is your lifestyle, if your lifestyle is your business, depends on how deep you are into this.
I'm deep.
If anybody were to ask me about that whole life-work balance.
There is no balance.
This is my life.
I totally agree with you. And I'm glad you're touching on that, because when people say, have this balance, I eat and breathe this. I love this.
So the thing is, I think people judge what balance is
There we go.
from their own perspective. If laying out for 8 hours a day is your idea of balance, bro, do you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not my cup of tea. I don't feel well.
Taurus.
So I simply am not capable of doing it. I like people say, oh, you're going ham. Like I am ham. Like there is no off switch.
Yeah.
I'm off when I'm in bed. That's it. So I wake up, it's go time, it's gym time, it's reading time, it's email time, it's get up to date time. Where are you going next? I know we've spoken offline a bit on collaborations and you maybe starting taking the investment focused real estate approach maybe a little bit deeper into your portfolio and into your client base as a result of you now have 4-year-old clients.
Exactly.
So what's next? How are you going to keep providing unmatched value to your clients before I do to your clients?
For sure.
So how are you protecting your book of business by adding value?
So that's one of the reasons why I'm even here today. And again, I appreciate you having me because we have been talking kind of off camera and kind of getting things rocking and rolling. And one of the biggest reasons I'm down here is to bring the client, the value back for my clients. And that's, that other bit of it. And it's helping them gain wealth through real estate. It's how I started for myself. And when I look back, when I was talking about, how I was finding deals for clients, is because I was looking for myself. When I bought my first pre-construction, I was 24. I made $100,000 off that. And then now I have over 10 of them. I'm still buying pre-construction. And every time I've bought pre-construction, I've made money.
And I'm going to tell you, it's not only like pre-construction is the absolute dominant force in the beginners, in the investors' beginning of the trip, because it's so easy to do, meaning no mortgage required, no tenants. They're just putting their deposits over time.
Exactly.
Easy peasy. It's also scalable. You can do an event and bang out 10 deals. If you negotiate a great deal, which we do, and this is why we do the collaborations program.
Yep.
If you have an excellent offering and value prop for your database, you're going to invite them and you're going to make more on a Saturday than 90% of the industry annually.
Which is huge.
It's massive.
Yep.
So for any of those who've never done 100K in their career yet, for any of those who haven't done 250 in their career yet, it takes a lot to do $1 million, but it doesn't take a lot if you have the right systems, the right mindset, and the right intent. I want to give a quick shout out to my business partner's training program. It's called an immersion. It's something that he does live, I believe, every 8 weeks. There's a new one. I could be wrong, but he's put dozens of agents through it. And the success that those agents are having in the marketplace now, because they go from immersion straight into our collaboration program. So they go to the program, they learn how to do it, and they're actually inside our company, REC headquarters. So not only is there no secrets, like peel back the old curtain.
Exactly. Here it is.
Come on in. This is how we do it. The reason we're not scared of letting the secret out is because not everybody is willing to do what it takes. Unless you're willing to work minimum, like I say 12 hours a day like it's a miracle, that's the minimum. 8 to 8, I've never been done at 8 p.m. And I've never started work at 8 either. So 8 to 8 is the bare minimum. If you're willing to go down the path of this type of work ethic with the right tools, making $500K, $700K, $1 million is simply not something that's unattainable. What did it take for you to get to this type of production? You came out of nowhere. Personally, where is your mindset? How do you view the world? How do you view competition? What do you do to prep yourself?
Well, just like you said, there's some jokes. Oh, this guy's got a lot of energy. We get that a lot. This guy's got a lot of energy. Well, I do have a lot of energy, and I always feel I got something to prove. Even to this day, I always feel I got something to prove, and I like that. I love when somebody tells me I can't do something. It just fires me up, and that's how I get motivated. I kind of get motivated off anger. I get motivated off if I look to my left or look to my right.
You are an angry little man. Hey, you are an angry big man.
But if somebody's doing something, I'm like, oh, I can do that. Like, I'm doing something wrong. And it frustrates me. So I shouldn't even just say anger. I get frustrated because I know I can do it. I got it in me. So go do it. So I just have that mentality is it's constantly pushing forward. Keep winning.
Now, straight up, you look great from physical shape.
Appreciate that,
and
man.
you're performing in your business. Do you find a correlation between your exercise regimen and your business practices?
For sure. So again, just coming down to that work ethic. So every morning, routine, I'm up and at it. It's get up and go. So I go to the gym fasted. I'm hitting that workout. I have it pre-planned. I know what I'm doing. Meals are already ready. I know what I'm eating. Like even out in my car right now, I brought my own food, right? Because I'm down in your territory. I don't even know where the restaurants are or anything like that. So I'm prepared right now. I came down here even prepared, and it works for me because there's no chaos with that. I know what I'm doing, and I feel mentally prepared to attack the day. Because if a new deal comes up or I got to, help another agent in my office or, oversee something, I'm actually mentally and physically ready. And I think that was the biggest thing that helped me going into year 2 in this industry. I was ready. I was ready to walk into $1 million.
You felt confident to achieve. You knew you were going to get that mill.
Exactly.
That's phenomenal.
I did.
Is there a book you're reading right now? Is there a podcast you listen to?
I don't read.
And do you listen to podcasts?
Here and there.
What motivates you throughout the day? Is it your own thoughts and strategy? Are you obsessed with your own business? How do you, what goes through your head during, let's say you're taking a 10-minute break? What are you thinking about?
A million things. So this brain just doesn't shut down. So I'm constantly thinking about what's next. How can I do this better? Or how can I get this deal? Or what can I say? Because I strongly believe if we're in a negotiation or we're trying to do a deal, what you say is going to change the outcome. So I'm just trying to constantly push forward, say the right thing, and be able to get it done.
Well, for the industry's sake, I hope you slow down a little bit because we're all in trouble if you keep growing. Mr. Jay McNabb of the Toro Group, I want to thank you for dropping your side of the story.
Appreciate that.
Your vision for the business and everything you're doing. I think a lot of people are going to get a lot out of this. Top 3 things would you say is your absolute gold, is your events? How many events are you going to do this year?
So we've done 2. We're going to do 2 more. So then again, we'll do the cocktail parties for the adults, right? So we'll do an all-inclusive at like a restaurant, food and beverages, mingle belly to belly. And then in October, we do over at the pumpkin patch, come get your pumpkin, wagon rides, all that stuff. Family event. And then lastly, what I do, I just take it upon myself. There's a charity out in Barrie called Youth Haven, and it's for children that are struggling, maybe didn't have parents, they've had a rough upbringing. And I feel that ages from 14 to 18 kind of don't get recognized a lot. So I personally go there and I buy them brand new shoes every year at Christmas. I go down to Nike and I bring it to them. And that's just something I do, and I've been doing it for years. I just did document it their last Christmas, but I've been going there for years doing that. And it's just something that really I hold in my heart.
Is this something that you're going to involve your actual community with to try to do more of? Is there more charities? What's your plan with that?
So I've reached out to the director of Nike this time because there's actually what I've realized. You don't run into Nike with your camera crew because you're not allowed in there with them. So there's a lot of things that they need to approve and everything like that. So I have been in touch with like the head director of Nike.
To try to do more.
Right? I want to do more. So I want to take what I've started and really build it into more and give back. And, the biggest thing I want to do is just community.
So to a lot of, just because you brought up that age group, in Toronto, the Covenant House is the equivalent, I would say.
Okay.
And it is kind of the teens at risk, the kids who ran from home and the kids who got maybe left out of home. And not to get into the crazy circumstances that get them there because it's irrelevant. What's relevant is that 13 and 14-year-olds cannot defend themselves against menaces that are adults.
Exactly.
And the dangers that they're exposing themselves to. So for any of our brothers and sisters out there that are inspired by this, reach out to Jay. You can always reach out to your Brokers Playbook community at community@brokersplaybook.com for ideas or for charities that desperately need help. We do have a lot of them that reach out to us to be connected with agents that want to build community. So good on you for doing that. Good on you for starting your investor focused real estate route. I think you're going to triple your business, to be honest with you, because that's how we did it. So the proof is there. Thank you for being here, my man. I appreciate it.
That, man.
And I look forward to working with you
100%.
and collaborating with you.
Yeah, no, thank you, man, for having me. And if anybody doesn't follow me on social, it's at jaymcnabb.torogroup.
Amazing, my man. Thank you for being here.
Peace.
Thank you so very much for spending your time with us here at Brokers Playbook. This is a growing community. If you found value in this video, please invite others to subscribe and, of course, share the videos with. We'll see you soon.